Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing the Toyota Venza. Now this review is going to be slightly different because I'm going to give my opinion on this after taking it on a 500-mile road trip. I just drove down to St. George and back over the weekend, and so I've got some opinions on the new Venza. Before we get in this video though, as always, you can save time and money the next time you purchase a car. Link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter four-cylinder that is paired to a hybrid system and an eCVT. Total system output is 219 horsepower, with fuel economy being 40 around town and then 37 on the highway. I'll show you guys real-world fuel economy a little bit later in the video. Now, before we move forward with this video, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I love the red paint with this Venza, and then you guys can see the distinctive lines there on either side. And then when it comes to the lights, it's got that cool kind of like swoopy look with the daytime running light. And then you guys can see we've got the blue and the Toyota logo to signify this is a hybrid. And then notice we got a lot of dark trim here on the front, and we also have fog lights as well. And if you couldn't tell from the bugs on the front end, we definitely went on a road trip. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the front end. I think it looks pretty good. Coming on the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225, 55, 19 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, they're completely blacked out, which again goes with the cool theme of this one. And again, speaking of blacked out, look at the trim there at the bottom, and then also at the bottom here on the side. Mirror caps also blacked out, door handles blacked out, but then you got some silver trim around the windows. And then here's your full side view with the Venza. In terms of size, it looks like it's just a bit bigger than the RAV4, but then it has like a more squished appearance because of that sloped roofline. It's kind of interesting. So here's a quick look at our key fob. We have our lock and unlock function, the opening for the hatch, the Toyota logo there, pretty simple. Now the cargo area in the Venza is very practical. We were able to fit all of our stuff in the back, no problem. Family of 3 for those of you that are wondering. So I think they did a good job with the cargo space. The one complaint I will say is there's not as much vertical space because of the sloped design. And then when you're all done, you can just press this button. It also has the foot thing, which is another kind of cool way to open up the hatch. Crazy looking taillights here, and then you can see with the Toyota badge in the back, it's actually blacked out, and the rest of the badges are also blacked out here in the back as well. And then you got parking sensors here at the bottom, and then look at the blacked out trim with the exhaust tips, kind of has a sporty look. But putting it all together, let me know your thoughts on the design here on the Venza. Do you like it or do you not like it? And now popping inside, it's soft touch here on the side, and then you can also see they put more soft touch here. It's kind of interesting that there's like a separation with the soft touch, if that makes sense. But I mean, that's nice. And then these seats are great for little kiddos. Super easy to clean because there's no perforations in them. And then room back here is really good. Easy to fit a car seat back here. Got a little storage pocket, and then you guys can see some vent action, some USB action as well. And then even though it has slope design, headroom's pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, same weird design with like the soft touch where it's split here, and then you can see there's even more stitching down below. I don't know what they're doing with that. It looks very strange. Anyways, you do have blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. You can see we've got a bunch of window controls here. You've got our mirror adjustments. Mirrors do power fold in, and then you got memory seats. And then the front seats are the same as the back. I will say, I never had any complaints personally. My wife didn't either in terms of the seat comfort. They did a really good job with that. Power adjustable there on this side, as you can see. Got stuff like your stability control here. That's for the hatch. And then you guys can see for the steering wheel, it is power adjustable. And then you got like more soft touch. They put that pretty much all over. And then the dash right here is kind of harder, but then as you go up to the higher portion, it kind of gets squishy. It's weird. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, soft touch all around. We got stuff like our adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist on the steering wheel, volume controls, voice command controls as well, and then controls for the center stack, and then your regular stocks there on the back. And then this is where you guys can see our fuel economy, 35.7 miles per gallon. That's down to St. George and back, which was, like I said, just over 500 miles round trip. And then you can see here we've got like the hybrid information, so it basically shows you what's happening, whether you're charging or using a bunch of power, and then obviously regular speedometer. And then you can scroll through different bits of info there in the center, but I just kept it on fuel economy. And I almost forgot, we got the drive modes. I honestly just kept it normal mode the whole time. Now this does have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel, pretty good resolution. And then as for the infotainment system itself, response time with it is pretty solid. I do have a complaint though with the infotainment system. So you have physical buttons for the volume, which is great, but there is no like physical button on the screen area here for changing the radio station. And so you basically have to just do it this way, which can get extremely annoying. I kind of said it earlier, but we got like soft touch here on the dash, and then you can see more down below. I really like this trim to, I guess, make it look fancier. And also this, it goes across, kind of interesting. It's all connected in a line. Dual zone climate controls. There's quite a bit of lag sometimes with those buttons for the climate system, so that can get a little bit annoying as well. And then you got your engine stop start there and everything. You guys can see we've got our charging area down below, which is great. And then parking brake, you got your auto hold, and then your drive mode select here with your EV mode. And then we got our shifter there for the eCVT. And then I actually like how this, I don't know, this whole thing looks. I think it's pretty cool looking. Some cup holder action. We do have heated seats, no cooled seats. And you got your center console. Some nice padding there on the top. And then I guess while we're on the topic of storage, yeah, pretty normal glove box. And then up top we got our controls here for the sunroof. We do have a full panoramic sunroof. And being in St. George in the summer, we didn't use it because it's hot. So here's a window sticker, XLE Nightshade. So this is kind of like a middle of the line package, right? But you guys can see all the different bits of equipment, standard equipment to be exact. There's your base MSRP, and then here's your total MSRP, $41,665. Let's see how it drives. So let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors. Just do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear, and let us set off. So setting off in the Venza, and again, I literally just got back from a 500-mile road trip, like I've said 50 times in the video. So I have a pretty dang good idea of how this car is to live with. So first off, like I said, seat comfort's good. Ride quality is also good, like super comfortable vehicle. Again, no complaints over the course of the road trip. Like I felt like I was just really comfortable. So I feel like this, even though this isn't a luxury car, Toyota's kind of marketing this as a luxury car, and I think that's why a lot of people have said that this should have had a Lexus badge on it instead of a Toyota badge, because of what it is trying to accomplish. But regardless, yeah, it does have kind of that luxury feature, or feel rather. So I think that's good. Something that really impressed me was actually the acceleration. So I know it might not seem like much. Right, there we go, we got up to the speed limit. But like, I didn't ever feel like, oh man, I don't have enough power. Which, I don't know, surprised me, because if you don't know, going down to St. George, the speed limit is anywhere between, you know, like usually 75, 80 miles an hour. And I'm not saying I traveled this fast, but people do travel quite a bit faster than that. And again, I was able to keep up with the flow of traffic, no problem. Not incriminating myself there. But I think you guys get the point. Like, it did a really good job, shockingly, for how heavy this is, how big it is, and you know, 219 horsepower. You just don't think that much, but I was impressed overall. Now obviously the economy came in less than what the EPA rates it at, but again, we're at higher elevation and lots of elevation change on the way down there. So I mean, getting 35 miles per gallon in this, I think that's pretty impressive overall. I kind of mentioned some things that annoyed me. The tailgate also annoys me a little bit, because like opening it, sometimes I gotta press the button and it wouldn't do it. It just like wouldn't work properly, so that sometimes got a little bit annoying. So some quirks with that, but overall, I think it drives really well. I think it looks great on the outside with this Nightshade package. You know, I've seen some people say this is overpriced, but I mean, you look at this and it's basically just slightly more expensive than a RAV4, which makes sense because it's supposed to be slightly bigger than a RAV4. So I don't know. I think the pricing's relatively reasonable. But let me know your thoughts on that. So yeah, overall, is like a hybrid vehicle. This would be a great daily driver. Again, for all the driving we did down there, and then all the stuff we did when we were around town and everything, we went to the store and, you know, eating out and all that kind of stuff. It was just great to drive around. Like I have like literally no complaints about it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Venza, but I'm super impressed with this, and I feel like this was a great road trip vehicle